Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another interesting video. As usual, I try to make my videos informative at least. This is 2005 Ford Mustang 4.6 sent from Georgia. James, this is your computer. So he has, his concern is multiple misfires. So I have the note in here, which I'm going to show you in a second on the screen. I obviously erase most of his information, so you will not be able to see that, but that is his note. The test we're going to do is with the vehicle running. I have his key here. This computer has the pads built into the computer, so all I need is one key. And also, by the way, James, when this computer came here, your computer, your key was not registered properly because I couldn't run the injectors. The coils were running, but not the injectors. So that is a little weird because, I don't know how you've been running the car like that, right? So, and I'm going to stress a little further the testing to make sure that when it goes back to you is everything perfect, as I spoke to with you in the phone. Guys, if you're here, don't forget to subscribe. That really helped my small business, my channel growth. Every time you subscribe, YouTube suggests my videos more and more, and that's how you find me. So, and it's free. So if you can do so, that will really help my business and my small channel. So blessings for that. Thank you so much. And if you have any computers, instrument cluster, automotive or marine, just look for Mike Salazar Diagnostics. My name is spelled M-A-I-C. And Salazar Diagnostics, you can see the same name they had that I have here on the YouTube channel is the same as my website. Just add the .com and you will find me right away. All right, so his concern says trouble codes, misfiring, P0351, P0354, P0357. At one time, it showed more like P0351, and he put dash P0358 codes. But last time was the code that I told you first. Please just fix whatever is wrong. I also went into the list of all codes, which I'm going to show you in a second too, and to tell you which is P0351 and so on. It says 351 is coil 8, which is coil 1. 354 for coil 4, which is coil D. 357 for coil G. And 358 for coil H. All right, so that is that. I'm going to move you over here so you can see the setup that I have. So I make these box right here. So what you see here is kind of like a hybrid that I did because I have 5 coils in there with, like, those are original 4 ignition coils in there with original spark plugs connected to power in earth, not just a ground, earth, so the spark can find its way out and it doesn't affect my electronics. So I created a very secure system that I can use for testing because this I had problems before in a computer that I was checking it just with the simulators, and I always disregard those, primary, secondary fault codes. And it was actually a Mustang, but a 2010, which is so far everything very good. No complaints, no calls from the customers. That means it's all good, and it's been over a month. And that was a computer that was deemed as not repairable. And that computer is $10,000. So it was a Ford Mustang GT Shelby used computer, $10,000. That was outrageous. All right, so but it is good, and I'm very happy to tell you that everything is being so far so good. I'm waiting for them, and actually probably going to contact them either tomorrow or so to see if they can give a testimonial and leave me a review, because that computer was in multiple other facilities and they deemed it as not repairable, and I was able to completely repair it. All right, so going back into James. So we had the misfires, and what I was trying to say is I was disregarding those faults, the primary, secondary, and that burned me at the first time that I checked that computer, because even though it was showing firing in the simulator, when I connect the real coils, I found the problem. All right, so that's what I did this box in here. So what this does here, I provided a power, I said, a ground, earth, and I have real connectors and real coils inside there. So I run the connections from the computer to the back of that box. I only have 5 coils, so the other 3 coils are connected to the simulator. So his faults are for A, D, G, and H. So what I did is I got 5 coils, so we should have only 3 coils with a primary secondary fault, which I do, and I'm going to show you in a second. But the fault codes that he was having, I don't get here. So what that means, the problem is definitely in the car, either with that key or something that is losing the calibration or not calibration, the um, learn of the key, because if the key is acting weird or the computer cannot see the key properly, it will shut injectors, it will shut coils, because it's an anti-theft situation. So what I would need from you, James, if I send the computer back and I cannot find the problem here, I would recommend you to connect the scanner and give me probably, if you can get a tap done or an hotel that I can jump in the scanner with you, I can remotely help you find out what problem we might have in the car if I cannot find it in here. All right, so real load now on 5 coils. You can see the computer is open. The computer was open before it came to me. So this is something I even took pictures before I touch it, because I don't know how it's inside. And for James, this was original. This vehicle, James loves it. It's a beautiful car. I'm going to show you a picture because it's just a fantastic vehicle. I mean, it's beautiful. Has only 19,000 miles. 19,000 miles. I mean, it's brand new, right? And you'll see. I mean, he has it. I mean, beautiful. All right, so let me move it over to the screen when I have his folder. All right, so okay, you had that in there. So let me just show you pictures of the car first, because I mean, it's worth to see. Look at this beautiful ride. It's just, I mean, wow. I love this car. It is just, I love Fords. I used to have a Ford Bronco 71. That was my dad's first, and I love those cars. Ford for me has always had a place in my heart, especially now that my dad is no longer with us. Ford has always memories that no other car had in my person, because those are the best time of my life were or had been or were in a Ford, right? With my family in Costa Rica, with my dad and my mom. I tell these stories to my wife, and when we were going over to to visit a friend or something, no, we carry everything on that little car, right? And we were 4, 5, 6, 7 people inside that car, right? And I had a boombox, and we were all singing on the way over to visit my mom, my grandmother, or aunts or friends, my dad, on Christmas or so. So it's just beautiful memories of my childhood that I had in Ford. So Ford has always, like I said, a good place in my heart. And when I see something like this, I mean, who's not going to like it, right? So you can see how James has a beautiful car. You can see that, I mean, it's completely a spotless, beautiful car, and it has a beautiful paint job, right? So that is the vehicle. All right, this is just connectors. This is for me that I was, making sure coils and plugs and so on. This is how I got the computer. So I take a picture of the key. He sent the key, and I as it requested in the computer. And he sent me the note that I was telling you in here, right? The P0351, 354, 357. And then one time it showed up, I think it's probably all the coils, because 351 to 358. That's what I understand from there, right? You can see his name up in the tab, James E. Dyer, from Georgia. I hope I'm saying his last name correctly. All right, so this is just pictures of me, and this is what I told James. I'm like, this computer was definitely open. We can see, you see the crack right here on the seal? That is definitely a computer that was already open, and that was not me. You can see the same thing on the front, and it's not that there's nothing wrong about opening a computer. It's just he was not aware of that, and I don't want to open a computer, and now it's missing parts or damage, and it was, now James is going to say, well, what are you talking about? My computer is original. Nobody has touched it. And, he's like, well, I don't know if they did, but now you tell me, there's nothing I can say, right? And he said, is it bad? I'm like, no, I just want to send you pictures because I want to always gather data, share it with the parties, and in this case, the owner of the car, to make sure there's no misunderstandings later. All right, so everything is in there as much as I want to share with you as far as that. All right, so now let's run the computer. So I'm going to put the Phoenix. I'm using the Phoenix Max for this computer. So I have run the computer before starting the video. And I want you to see that now the codes the only code that I'm getting right now is 2, 5, and 6. And those are the coils that I have connected to the simulator right here. So 3 wires. Again, remember what I said about 8 coils? 5 coils are here. Those are original coils and plugs. So if everything is fine, we should have no fault codes on those. And I'm going to switch those cables over so we can see if they follow or if we get those codes back. All right, so let me move this way. Or I'm going to just, I can keep it in there realistically because it's not really doing much. I want you to see the big number on the bottom is 510-1635. That's his big number. And hopefully you can see the spark from there. Otherwise, I'm going to make a zoom. Yeah, I don't think you can see the spark from there. I'm going to zoom in a little. Hello, hello. Okay, so yeah, I lost you guys for a second. Every time this starts, it's definitely an interference on the signals. But yeah, you can see right there the 5 coils firing. All right, so and you can see on the back that's a Mark 50. You can see right here on the top we have the 8 injectors. Those are those green lights in here. So 8 injectors. I don't have the injector, and I have the original injectors. I can connect them, but he has no problems on those. And as you see, we have 3, 5, and 6. Again, the ones I have connected in here. So if we go over to the scanner and retrieve the memory, sometimes I hang this up a little bit in there. Okay, so we're now in there. I lost the connection with the iPad, so give me 1 second to reconnect in there because otherwise I don't see what you're seeing. Give me 1 second, guys, to make that work. All right, it took me a while, but I had it working. Okay, so now I can see what you guys are seeing in there. Okay, well, before I do that, let me move this. All right, so let's see what fault codes we got now. All right, the computer is running. So we got 345. No, that's not. Yeah, actually 345, 344. Let me see. No, that's camshaft. CID. No. 35 P0355, P0356. Okay, so these are the codes P0352, P0355, and P0356. So we got the same full codes that we had before. So I'm going to stop the firing. I just stop the, as you see, no, let's not firing the coils to erase the codes. All right, as you can see right now, we got P1000. Let's get out of here. I have to the cycle. Yeah, when I do, I have to cycle the key. Second, guys, because it's not letting me adjust it. Cycle the key one more time. Okay, now I can. All right, so we were just too high. All I really need is to produce the faults. So right now it's acting correctly. And you can see the coil firing in here. I put a black behind so it's more or easier for you guys to see. Let's read the codes again. Because I want you to see that we get just the three codes of the coils that I have connected here, right? You see where it says coils in here? I got injectors on here, which are, again, not a problem. All right, let me scroll down. Okay, we got P0. What is it? I went too far. It's a little hard to move this in here. So we got P0352, P0355, and P0356, same as before. So E, I'm going to write that down on his notes in here, on his note. So give me 1 second, guys. So right now we got P0352, 355, and P0356. All right. All right, I'm going to stop this one more time. I'm going to clear the codes. All right, let's see what codes we got now. It should be just the P1000. Well, we got some other codes in here, P1000 and some other codes because, you know, it's okay. It's nothing connected as, you know, as part of the throttle. So let me move those wires. I'm going to do it with you guys here so you can see what I'm been doing or what I'm going to do, sorry. I'm going to disconnect 3 random cables here. I'm going to plug it into other positions in here. So I'm going to put them into 7, 8. My simulator, 7, 8, and 1, which it doesn't really matter. This is just for me to see which one, or I need to now move back to the other place, right? Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so I swapped the coils back to completely different positions in here, and now we should have a completely different fault codes. Let's see. I need to cycle the key. All right, got 5 coils running in here, so you can see the 5 running. So the wires that were connected in there, they're working good onto the other setup. So I don't see any misfires in here. So let's get out of here and read codes because we erased it before, right? Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, before we had 352, 355, and 356. Now we got 354, 357, and 358. What did this tell me? There is absolutely nothing wrong with this computer. James, I am now showing you that we have no issues with your coils whatsoever. The fault codes that you are getting either could have been because of the key not working properly. Not sure why it was losing that unless the other company did something. I don't know. But here, your computer is working good. And the computer looks pristine. I cannot say that they did anything to your computer. I don't see a reason why they opened the computer. And they left it not even sealed. They should have done that because this computer lives in the engine room. And the moisture will enter if you don't seal this computer properly. But as you can see, Now the fire coils are running. I can raise the RPM. And change RPM and nothing. Everything is good in there. And we can see all the injectors on the upper section running. And now the 3 coils that we move to the simulator are the ones that are giving me primary, secondary fault codes. Why? Because again, the computer does not like what that simulator or any simulator gives, because I have tried the full probe with the loads. I have tried my MST 12,000 and I have tried my MST 9,000. Neither simulator the computer likes. It has to be these coils, otherwise it will set up the faults. So the only thing I can think of is, and I request James to please replace the coils and spark plugs. Like, oh, do I have to replace more? I say yes, even though the car has only 19,000 miles. You can see in the picture he has a supercharge on it. So I'm not sure how much has the car been abused or not, and I don't know. I mean, I don't suspect any of that because the car looks pristine. I think it's a show car than anything else, but again, without really being there or driving the car, it's just an assumption, right? So, but yeah, everything is working well right here, James. This is definitely not a problem at all with your computer. All the coils are firing good, and we can see that the only fault codes that I get are the ones that I move over to the simulator. When I put them into the real load, coils and spark plugs, everything is working well. All right, guys. Again, I hope that you like the content that I'm trying to share with you. I know this is just a normal test, but I like to show this because there's no other company in the United States, and honestly, I don't know any other country either that does what I do. I can show the customer now can trust my diagnosis. Why? Because he can see it himself too. It's nothing better than seeing it, touching it, feeling it, right? And that's what I'm trying to share with you. The confidence that when I give you a diagnosis, you can trust on that. And even with my videos, I have people that's like, well, I don't know, I didn't see. I'm like, well, I cannot do anything else. I mean, what you want me to fly over to across the world to prove you that I'm right? I cannot do that. I'm trying to do my best, but sometimes it's not enough either, right? But I hope that this is a good test and you can see how much I'm trying to share here. As far as facilities, yeah, they can do what I have done in here, and this is very easy to do. This is just like I said, real coils, and I have even a switch in here where I can kill the coils. Right now, the rest are firing, and then as soon as I turn it back on, they're firing back on. All I'm doing in here is taking the power off, and I probably will set faults right now because I turned the power off of those coils with the vehicle running, of course. But is it anything wrong with the computer? No, you can see that it runs instantly. All right, guys, I don't want to make this video more or longer than necessary. Thank you so much for visiting the channel. James, thank you so much for trusting my Salazar Diagnostics. But yeah, it's nothing wrong with your computer. As far as that, the only thing that I found, it was the key that was not learned, and I had immobilizer anti-theft system, and it was only running the coils, literally, not the injectors. So I'm not sure how this was running. And otherwise, I would recommend you probably to get another key. It's very important. So I have to do a programming, and I have my own key, which I can also show you. Because I didn't show you that. Let me get a zoom out. I need to come down a little. Yeah, that should be good. All right, I'm going to turn the computer off. Ignition off. And this is an uncut key that I have programmed to run it because I need to do that. I needed to do that because it wasn't working. And I can show you that because now this is the uncut key there. This is his original key that he put even his name tag on it, and you saw the picture in there. So I'm going to leave that key here. Let me put it here so you can see it. That is not his key now there. I'm going to turn the ignition back on and run this one more time. And yes, you can see the coil firing in there. Why are they firing with my key? Because I did the programming. Because at first was not working. All right, that's the only thing I can find, or I could find. For the rest, everything is working good. I got coils, I got injectors, I got everything. So I am not sure what your problem might be, James, but definitely it's not the computer, at least not with those faults. Right? Guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye.